Good morning once again and Shubho Vijaya to all of you. I'm very happy to see that you all had a nice pujo. We started with this discussion and I'm happy that you all are healthy and fine. That is very important. And you all are, now gearing up for class 9. Okay, so if did you hear the news that
Yes,
16th
ma'am, 16
November
November.
schools can
Yes, ma'am.
reopen from
Yes, ma'am,
15th November?
but now there's 9, 10, 11, and
That
12.
is 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if that
Ma'am, I don't know why we always fall one short of the list. Like last time it was 8. We were in 7. Now it's 9. We are in
now
8.
it's 9, you all are just a little short. So don't worry. If this works out, then you can expect by December you people will be in school, or at least in January we are expecting then class 8s can join back. And there is a chance, so it's a 50-50 situation that you will have your summatives and all. So we will not say anything right away, but let this 50-50 situation remain. You
But
go
ma'am,
do your sum.
it
What?
would be reasonable to assume that schools aren't really going to reopen anytime soon, since you really know, like only after 2 weeks after contaminating the virus do you show symptoms of the
Do
COVID.
you
So, and
exactly?
it
I agree to that.
and the
I agree to that.
and Kali Puja will mark two pujas, like
we
2 weeks
don't know.
of
I
Durga
agree.
Puja
I
ending.
absolutely agree. See, the, Kali Puja is here and Diwali is something that is celebrated all over. You don't know, we never know what way things can take a turn, but for now what is happening is, like, the 10s and 12s, since their exams will take place offline, they are going to give the first part of their boards offline, coming to school. So 9, 10, 11, 12 will definitely be coming to school. We are expecting that. Let's see what happens, where the situation takes the turn. But we are remaining positively hopeful, with a lot of expectation that people will at least follow the protocols during Diwali. And though double vaccine, many people have taken double vaccine, but still the risk is very high. So we need to be very cautious and everything. Like now also, when we come to school, we take one teacher in one classroom, we sit, no one else, and we take the class, so that then only we are opening the mask. Otherwise we are not opening the mask. That way, if we can maintain. Okay, so before the holidays, you all did India. Okay, coming back to studies a little bit, and this time you have mostly regional geography, especially giving importance to India, because India will be again repeated in class 10 when you will be doing many things in of India in class 10. So now your base is important. Any question related to the physical divisions chapter, the questions that we gave was fine? No problem. Understanding part, India physical divisions, any part that you felt that it is not it is difficult, or you couldn't answer? I hope everyone has submitted the answer key, the answers to the questions. Good. So hopefully that is not, let me check. So I'll get back to you with whatever trouble you have, or any point, or I'll give my suggestions like I do. So India physical divisions is over. Now, before we move to India's climate, and we have Asia, we have India, climate, natural vegetation, human resource, the chapter that we will not do. You need not learn about how much population that is there right away, and that part you can just give that chapter a reading. So that chapter is not something we are not focusing on learning of that chapter, and we will not have that even if you have summatives. So the last
From
chapter,
Asia?
yes, that is what I'm saying. India physical divisions, natural vegetation you will have, and climate. And Asia you will have. Now, how much of Asia, what parts of Asia, I will tell you that. But before that, before we get into climate, India's climate and Asia's climate, both are important. You have this one chapter from class, basically you will have this chapter again in class 9, but you need to know this in a nice, it's in an important way. This chapter is called Wind and Pressure Belts. I have shared the study material in Vicon. Just check if you can see this. I think you all will be able to see this chapter. Yeah, so it is, I have shared the study material in Vicon. Whenever you want, you can download the chapter. We are going to have an understanding of this chapter before we move ahead to India and India's climate and then to Asia. Now this again you will do in class 9, but it will make your class 9 study a little easier, very easy. Now we are going to start on with this topic, which is wind and pressure belts. Before we get into the the chapter, few things as a revision. Okay, few things that I would like to revise with you all. Let me share the whiteboard. Can you whiteboard? Yes, share. Oh, okay, I'll have to stop sharing this and then I will have to share the whiteboard. Quickly recapitulating a little bit of class 7. Okay, now what is the main source of heat for the earth?
The sun.
The sun, absolutely. So we call it
Incoming.
insolation. Yes, yes. Incoming solar radiation. Incoming solar radiation. So insolation is the main way how the earth gets heated. Okay, now one thing, there are two terms that you have learned in class 7. One is weather and one is climate. Okay, weather is a short-term phenomena which is which is observed in a small space. And climate is what you call as, climate is a long-term phenomena. When you observe the weather for minimum 30 years or more, when you are recording the weather, you are recording. So when you take the data, the weather data of at least 30 years or more, and you combine the data, you combine the data, you analyze the data. From that data, you find out a pattern. You find out a pattern in the weather system. So when you find out a pattern that is observed in a region, then we call that as climate. Okay, so minimum 30 years or more of weather data is taken, it is studied, and when you study that, after that you can find a pattern. So when you find such a pattern in the weather, when you can establish a particular pattern that is repeated year after year, you call it the climate of that region. So climate, once you find out the climate is fixed. Climate of a region never changes. Like we say, India has a tropical monsoon climate. You will remember this always. Whenever you are asked, what type of a climate does India have? It has tropical monsoon type. 1 minute. Monsoon type. It has a climate of tropical monsoon type. Now, tropical monsoon climate, it is the climate of India and it is not changing. But the weather of India, different parts of India is very different. Today it's sunny in Kolkata, it might be rainy somewhere. It might be very cold in Jammu and Kashmir already, or Sikkim by now, while the weather of Sikkim is quite cool, while in Mumbai or you can say in Pune, it's quite warm. But these are weathers of local places. The climate of India remains tropical monsoon type because monsoon is the dominant thing in the weather that we have observed in India. Now, how this monsoon winds are coming and everything, you will be learning in this chapter. Now in weather, when we study the weather of a place, we study different aspects like temperature, like pressure, like temperature, pressure, and related to temperature and pressure, we see the winds. And another aspect of weather that we see is humidity. How much of what is humidity? How much of what is there in the water vapor? Sorry, in the atmosphere, that is water vapor. I gave the answer. How much of water vapor is there in the atmosphere? That is humidity, the amount of water vapor contained in the atmosphere. Okay, so weather elements that we usually see, one is temperature, one is, now related to temperature and pressure, you have the winds blowing. 1 minute, yes. And another aspect that you have is humidity, which is amount of moisture, amount of what you say as how much water vapor is there in the atmosphere. Now going to the chapter in the study material. So this is all right. So for measuring temperature, what instrument do you use? Thermometer. Why not confident? Yes, absolutely. A thermometer. Remember that you use then a wet and wet and dry bulb comes a little later. Maximum and minimum. 6 is maximum and minimum thermometer. You learned.
Yes.
Then for humidity, then for air pressure. Air pressure, which instrument?
Barometer.
Barometer. Very good. Simple mercury barometer. You have learned about that. Then for humidity, you actually use the wet and dry bulb thermometer. Remember the wet and dry bulb thermometer for humidity?
Yeah, the two thing, the U-shaped thing.
Yes, the U-shaped thing that was there. And for wind, of course, direction of wind is the wind vane. Okay, and wind speed, you use it. Anemometer.
Anemometer.
For the wind speed, you use those cup type of things, 4 cups, and they rotate. Okay, so barometer for pressure, thermometer for temperature, all these weather instruments are used, and daily weather data is collected. And based on the data, you can, based on temperature, humidity, we can make some predictions also for a short span of time. So we have weather predictions. We do not make climatic predictions. Climate is fixed. Weather is variable. Climate of a place is something that is found out by finding out the pattern of weather which is fixed in nature. So going to the chapter that you are going to do, that is wind and pressure, atmospheric pressure and winds. So first thing that you need to know is about atmospheric pressure. Before we do winds, we need to know about the atmospheric pressure. Now, what is air pressure? A very, very important question. What is this, air pressure? Now, what do you think? A very simple question that I would like to ask is, when you look around in your room, okay, so there are furnitures, of course, but do you think the area around you, there is nothing? Is it vacuum?
No, ma'am, there is air.
There is air, absolutely. There is air. No area on the Earth's surface is actually a vacuum, naturally a vacuum. A room, a bottle, you think, suppose you drink the full water from your water bottle, okay? And you are thinking that this bottle is empty. Actually, the bottle is not empty. The bottle is filled with air. Absolutely. The bottle is always filled with air. In the same way, if you are in a room, you think that beside me there is nothing. But actually there is air beside me. No ghost. Of course. Okay. So it is always filled with air. And this air too has a pressure. There is a pressure that air exerts on Earth. Now, atmosphere, when you have learned atmosphere, you have learned that it is like a blanket on the Earth, right? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. So it's like a blanket which goes from the surface of the Earth to above. Do you remember the names of the layers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
First troposphere,
Stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere.
Mesosphere, then
Thermosphere, exosphere.
atmosphere, and then
thermosphere,
exosphere.
exosphere.
Absolutely. Very good. So tropo, strato, meso. Middle is meso, then thermo, and last is exosphere. You know, the entire column of air that we see, so it starts from the Earth's surface. And once again, we live on the Earth. We don't live in the Earth. We are living on the surface of the Earth, on the crust. Okay, the crustal layer, we are on it. Now from there, the blanket of air is there that is surrounding the Earth. So this air that from the surface, as it goes up, okay, it goes up. So on the top, the pressure will be less as we move up. Yes or no? Do you think where will the pressure be maximum? On the surface or on the top?
On the sea level. On the surface, because there is
On the
air
surface of the Earth. Absolutely. So if I take that, you know, let's take this in this diagram. If this is the surface of the Earth from the bottom, and take this X place, this cross that X that is marked as X. So you are standing here, and the column of air is increasing above you, means there is a big column of air. So you standing at the bottom of it, you will feel the maximum pressure. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
no doubt on this part. So at the bottom, so in the bottommost layer, the troposphere is the densest layer of the atmosphere. This also you have done. And in the troposphere, you have maximum gases which are quite heavy. Also, because it is the lowest layer, so this, you know, this layer has the pressure coming from the above layers as well. So at the bottom of this layer, you have the maximum air pressure. So what is air pressure? You need to learn this definition word by word. This is one sentence that I will request you all please learn it. It is the weight of the atmosphere pushing down on a unit area on the Earth's surface. That is atmospheric pressure. So what is unit area? So if I take this green box to be the surface of the Earth, and this small box, this small X box, to be a unit area can be 1 meter square, 1 kilometer square, whatever unit you take. We write unit area because we give the freedom. You can, as a, you know, if you are calculating the air pressure, you have the freedom of choosing your unit area. Okay, area is in square, you know that, right? Meter square, kilometer square, we write it. Okay, so whatever centimeter square, whatever unit you select, that is your choice. That is not the problem. So you can select the unit area. So amount of, you know, the column of air, the weight of the atmosphere, if from this, on this unit area, whatever pressure the column of air is exerting on this unit area, this is atmospheric pressure. Am I clear with the definition meaning?
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever pressure this column of air, taking this red area to be exosphere, you know, the last limit from the top till the bottom, the amount of pressure this entire air column is exerting on this unit, small unit area, this is known as atmospheric pressure. So we say the sea level, the height of the sea level is how much? 0 meter. Remember, sea level, we take it as 0 meter. From sea level, we calculate either the height of something or the depth of something. Sea level is considered to be 0 meter. So we say the place where a sea is starting, at sea level, or at absolutely at the top of the sea, the topmost level, at sea level, the atmospheric pressure will always be maximum, because it is the lowest limit on the Earth's surface. After this, you go, you go to the bottom of the sea. Then you have not only atmosphere, you have the pressure of the water also. Okay, you get the pressure of the water also. Keeping this in mind, the first factor that affects atmospheric pressure is altitude, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Right?
Your
Altitude.
pressure decreases with increase in height.
ma'am, they are inversely proportional.
Pressure, yes, see, pressure increases. Okay, let me share the whiteboard again. Okay, let me stop sharing this part. Let me share the whiteboard again. Then you people, oh, sorry. 1 minute. Yes. Okay, yes, this is the whiteboard. Now let me clear this part. Let me see. First thing is altitude. So I just now said at the bottom, at sea level, there is maximum pressure. The barometer marks the maximum air pressure at sea level. Okay, so we take sea level as 0 meter height. Okay, sea level is equal to, or rather, let me write, is equal to 0 meter height. Okay, now at this level, at 0 meter, pressure is maximum. Now, as height increases, what do you think? Pressure will decrease or increase?
Decreases. Ma'am,
Ma'am,
decreases.
pressure will decrease.
Yes. Pressure will decrease with increase in altitude in the atmosphere. You have to write the full thing. There will be a decrease in pressure with increase in altitude in the atmosphere. So a very common phenomena. Okay, first thing, we are talking about air pressure. Air is exerting so much of pressure, this and that. But do we feel a lot of pressure? Means, sitting there, are you feeling a lot of pressure of air on you?
No, ma'am. Ma'am,
No,
this
ma'am.
is because
No,
of
ma'am,
the
because of the blood
Our blood
pressure.
Ah, very
Blood
good.
pressure.
It is because of your blood circulation. We have blood pressure, BP, high BP pressure. We say, no, don't get so angry. You are increasing your BP, high BP. If anybody at home gets angry on you, tell them, don't increase your BP. When we get angry, our heart starts pumping blood faster and our pressure increases. So our body pressure, see how the balance of nature is so nice, that the atmosphere, our body is in balance with the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so we don't really feel a lot of pressure of the atmosphere on us. Even though we are at the bottom and we are supposed to feel this, our blood circulation in the body balances it out. But when you go to any hill station, this is a very common question, even sometimes in board it comes, that you will see your nose bleeds.
Nose bleeding, yes.
Yes.
because
The
there
blood
is
pressure
no
blood pressure comes out of the body in the form of
higher
blood.
compared
to the pressure in higher mountain.
Very true, because
That's
your
why
body
blood
has
comes out from your nose.
absolutely
Our
your
has
body
high blood
has
pressure.
higher
So the excess
pressure.
blood pressure comes out with the form of blood.
Ma'am, sometimes you also hear less. Sometimes you hear less.
We
Yes,
hear
this
less
happens.
because because of the blood pressure, our ears close and then slowly it opens, because we are facing a huge pressure change. When we go to any hill station and the higher we go up, we feel a pressure change with altitude, because the column of air is maximum at the bottom. Now, if I move here, little less. So automatically the pressure is increasing. Like if I try to, okay, let me draw here only. Let me draw, if this is a mountain, and from here, this is the bottom, this is, the lowest point. From here, as we are going up, pressure is decreasing. So if I say, if when I'm standing here, I'll exert, I'll feel more air pressure. Then when I'm here, the column of air above me is less. Right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Automatically pressure is decreasing. So with altitude, pressure decreases. This is one point. Did I make myself clear?
Yes.
Understanding is clear?
And then what about the people living in the mountain, like the
The
monks?
people,
and all?
of course,
They are
your body
acclimatized.
gets adjusted to that.
Adapted.
Your body will get adjusted to that.
Or
You know, when,
adapted.
people living on mountain areas, you will see their body pressure is adjusted with the surroundings. That is very, very commonly seen. That is why when we people go there, we feel a little bit suffocated, we have some health issues, but they are living there for a long, long time. That is why they said people from plains, when they go to higher altitude places, they feel some health issues initially, because the air pressure is changing quite a lot, and our blood pressure and body needs to get adjusted with that. There is another factor that affects pressure. So let me clear this. If I can't finish it today, then I'll get to you next. I'll complete it next day. That is temperature. So this is something you have done in class 7. As a small revision, I will do temperature and pressure are inversely related. If temperature increases, what happens?
The pressure decreases.
Pressure decreases. When temperature increases, if suppose the temperature is going up, what is happening? Anything what we say, when it becomes hot, it expands. Because it expands, what is happening? Its density, or you can say the molecules become more
Now,
scattered.
Diwali is coming, so we can see in the night how much dense it gets.
Yes, you have all the additions and polluting gases in the atmosphere for a lot of changes do take place. So you see, when temperature increases, anything expands. When the thing expands, the molecules become more scattered. And when it becomes more scattered, what happens? It becomes lighter. We say the thing has become lighter.